Wooks and Warlocks contains sex, drugs, and rock and roll, and as such is intended for adults. Listener discretion is advised. Content warning in description.
Round and around in the tunnel when it's dark we go, searching through the rubble for what wants to spark like a shout in the night, and the sight of the past it can fill.
Hello and welcome to Wooks and Warlocks, a role-playing tour through the summer of love. In this podcast, we will be playing out a story of adventure and magic using dice and skills to determine the outcomes of our actions. My name is Trey Miller, and I will play the role of Game Master for this journey. Today we're going to have a set break on Wooks and Warlocks, and we're going to invite a few of our friends to play the game with us. As usual, we'll go around the table and introduce ourselves, but this time, I am joined by 6 of the finest folks to roll the dice, and some of my best friends in the world. We're going to talk about not only the last 2 weeks of our characters' lives since the magical incursion which has changed so much about Lund, but also the 2 weeks leading up to the magical incursion, where we will learn just a little bit more about our old favorites, Xantor, Elijah, and Granny Glenda, and our new friends, Remy Riz, Brody, and Norlin, the good boy. Xantor, start us off.
Yeah, sure thing. This is Anthony. I'll be playing Xantor, the Drake Warden, and, let's see, hey boss, are we just gonna pass this around and do the introductions like we do normally, or would you like to hear what Xantor myself has been up to for the past couple weeks? Is this diary check time?
Let's go ahead and take some time to hear from Xantor, and we'll go in round robin style.
Fantastic. I have been hanging out in the woods and the Jeep, in the different vehicles, playing around. It's been very nice. Me and Drake have been getting along better. He's been learning his skills, getting stronger, getting wiser. I think the bloodbath did something to him. He's a little more thirsty than he used to be, if you know what I mean. So, you know, I've noticed the whole crew's getting a little, I don't know, we're just having a lot of fun. Xantor's super happy. He's been learning to cut wood with everybody and learning to fish with everybody and, you know, picking mushrooms and trying mushrooms, talking to Owlsy, JP, and the crew. He looks at King and he looks at Elijah, and he just sees so many similarities, not in their looks, obviously. Elijah's the king, the one and true king on all the coins. We know that. But King is like, I don't know. I see a young King in Elijah, and I'm just so proud of the young man. He's come a long way. Granny still fucking scares the hell out of me. And Remy's pretty cool. We just met. She's from the city. I want to learn more. Like, cities are dope. That's pretty much what I've been up to. I love you, diary. Good night.
Xantor, this is your diary speaking.
Yes.
What was life like before you met Elijah and Granny Glenda?
Well, diary, 4 years ago. I woke up and it's rough, another rough morning at sea. Thrashing, thundering, and everybody's trying to piss on me again. It's not fun. So, you know, wake up and go do my duty. That's how we get across the ocean, they say. You know, go sweep, Xantor, and go pull the sails, Xantor, and fucking turn the fucking dial on the front, Xantor. Keep us away from the rocks. So, you know, we're gonna go do this for another few hours, and I guess come back.
Xantor, 4 years was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's a long trip.
What about the 2 weeks leading up to the incursion that brought you to the present?
Well, we landed that old ship. I did that for a long, long, long time, all across the sea, from my home place to the beaches. And, well, I landed on the beaches, dear diary, a few more weeks advanced after the years. And, crawled up with the crew because I had to beat them because they were trying to cut off pieces of me, especially my scorpion tail, which they were always trying to get because it's so valuable. They don't usually see scorpion tails on bugs. And, well, so I had to kill them. Anyway, rode up, landed on the beaches alone, and, crawled up, looked for the road. That's what I heard was the last thing to get down this thing, meet these warlocks. Hopefully they can give me the stuff that I need to keep on moving.
Xantor, where did you get your egg? I thought it was your egg that compelled you to travel the road.
Yep. That was, I don't really like talking about that in my diary or anywhere. But I guess this is a safe space. I mean, that's what you're saying, diary?
If you don't want to tell your diary about where your egg came from, you don't have to let your diary know.
Drake is a good boy. Drake is good. I'll talk to you later, diary.
We are joined today by a new player.
Hey everybody, my name is Joshua Fox. I'm going to be playing Brody Malone. He's a very charismatic fellow. He's a human. He's got long blonde hair, wears a red bandana. It's got like a kind of like one of those beach shirts, always open, tattered khakis, and some Birkenstocks. And he's always kind of like the loudest guy in the group. He knows everybody and knows how to get things. And he's been hopping around from festival to festival for a long time, and knows a lot of the people, knows a lot of the ins and outs. For the past, about 3 weeks ago, though, he definitely started to notice some changes, not only in himself, but in other people around him. Mostly, he realized that people would listen to him more. He could get away with things more. Like he could talk to him better. He had a little bit more charisma than he thought. But he's also worried about how that is going to affect the rest of the world. He's also worried about how it might affect his brother, which he doesn't like to talk about that much. But he in his off time he's often bouncing around from festival to festival, picking up things that are harder to get for the people that he likes in his circle of friends. And he's making his way to this festival here now.
The Valley Jam will be better for Brody Malone's attendance. We are joined once more by our guest from last episode.
My name is Vanessa Suchek. I am playing Remy Riz. She is a Ratfolk Inquisitor rogue. She is from a large city, very highly populated, of Jarlsberg. Her particular part of town is called Apollo, and tragedy hit her at a young age. Her parents were murdered, accused of murder. Killed in the streets. From then on, she was on her own, became a notorious detective throughout the city, became well known, shut down a lot of gang activity, and over time doing all these mysteries and crimes, so many people have come to her, and it's just over and over and over, and she just kind of lost her inquisitiveness and her intuition and her awareness of, it's like she lost passion, but also was told about stories from her mother about these secret tunnels leading to somewhere magical. So she was researching and doing her own journey, went beyond the city walls and saw a bright light and walked toward it, and all of a sudden was just in the forest, almost like as if it was a dream. Remy then ran into some Wooks that offered her a ride to seek the Warlocks.
Remy, let me interrupt you for a
Yes.
second. There's something that I've been seeing you fidget with quite often. It seems very important to you, and I can't help but notice it seems to respond to your journey to find these tunnels, these alternate roads. What is that golden spinning thing you have there?
You're right. I don't like to mention it or make it be known because it is very precious to me. It is my astrolabe that has been given to me by my mother. She always has told me that it would guide me, and it has made decisions for me in the past because I'm very indecisive.
Let's return to your encounter with, what was it, some folks who were piloting a metallic beast down the road?
Yeah, something I've never seen before. It's very loud and very bouncy. But they said that they were coming back from a happy, festive party and offered me some food. I then took that food because I was very hungry. And I woke up, and unfortunately, they left me in the woods, and I was without my item.
Those dastardly Wooks are known to borrow things. Are you saying that almost since the first night the incursion brought you to the future, you've been traveling around, looking for these Wooks who stole your precious family heirloom?
Yes, I was making my way, and I ran into what seemed like an overgrown town, and it seemed that there was a store that was open, and I entered the store and pleaded to the owner about my lost item, and he had none of it. I tried to buy some water, reached into my pocket, and realized that I was pickpocketed. This is not a good introduction to this new realm.
Well, at least the happy tricksters were there to help.
They sure were a big help. We ran into the Heaven's Devils,
That's right.
some gassers.
Gangsters of various sorts.
They're awful. They control the gas nitrite. Is that correct?
Nobody really knows what the gassers use. What's in those tanks? Why are people so attracted to them? All that's known is that the nefarious gas seems to bring about hideous laughter, and it changes those who call themselves gassers and choose to breathe it exclusively. Those were the enemies which sent the child to pickpocket anyone they could find. Hopefully Valley Jam will hold some better, more pleasant memories for Remy. Elijah Woodstone, how have you been?
I've been chilling. I've been here copying down some scrolls into my book, reading a little bit, learning. Trying to think. Since we left that last battle, just been heading towards this festival, and yeah, kind of had my head down. Didn't get to really see the sights. Been studying.
How do you feel about the adventure you've been on so far? And what was it like before you came to the future in the world of Elijah Woodstone?
I was just working on the farm and, pushing things around, lifting things up.
Is this truly the first interesting thing you have ever done in your life?
Yeah, that's pretty much it for me. This is the first. Everything's a first, but I've been riding it.
After traveling to the future, you have encountered Xantor and Granny Glinda. How do you feel about Xantor and Granny Glinda?
Xantor's pretty cool, man. He's got bug arms. He can carry a lot of things. Granny Glinda's sweet, but also very terrifying. And pretty sure has killed more people than I've met. Which is, it helps me sleep at night because I know she's on my side. But it still makes for some interesting dreams.
There have been some rumors and whispers of a spark of chemistry between Remy Riz and Elijah Woodstone. Are those rumors founded?
I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll see. We are joined today by a new player. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Lawson. I will be playing Norlin, the good boy. I have been searching for my master since he disappeared. I am sworn to guard him, so I must find him. Me and the rest of my litter set out to search for him and awoke in a different place and time. We're really not sure where we were at. We wandered aimlessly along these black-covered rivers that were solid until we fell asleep in a field. And then these strange, smelly, hairy individuals came upon us.
We call those Wooks.
Yes, the Wooks. They convinced the rest of my litter to abandon their quest to find our master, the heretics. So I set out alone. I heard of the presence of warlocks. So I have sought these warlocks to question them about the whereabouts of my powerful wizard master.
Well, it is true that the next place the Warlocks will be playing is the Valley Jam.
I am searching for a way to get into the Valley Jam.
Granny Glenda.
Hello, my name is Jessie, and I will be playing Granny Glinda. She's a half foxfolk rogue. And 2 weeks before we started on the adventure down the road and I met my 2 traveling companions, well, I had been traveling around for about a year, and it was almost the anniversary of the death of my grandson Parker. It may have been well deserved because, I must admit, I killed quite a few, several of their men. I can't lie about that. But, my grandson Parker has been on my mind recently. I find myself growing so weary and, well, I must travel to find him. I've heard about the Warlocks, but being a person in that trade, I know that nothing good comes without a very big payment. And I had been putting off seeing them, but my last resource fell through. And after that, well, I met my companions. I suppose they're all right. This Xantor fella doesn't seem too judgmental about, all the murder and everything, but I'm not so sure about Elijah. It doesn't seem like he really knows much about anything at the moment. I also have something to admit to Penny Lane.
What is it that you have to admit to Penny Lane? Should I go get Penny? Hold on. Let me go get Penny.
Oh no.
What? Hello. What is it?
Well, Penny,
It's good to see you, Glenda.
it appears as though I've dropped my sewing needles.
You what?
I dropped them.
What?
When we killed those gases, and well...
Granny, no, the fuzz.
I know.
The fuzz are there.
I know the fuzz are there.
They've got them.
I know.
Do you remember where you dropped them? Was it like in the road, or was it on that roof where maybe they wouldn't look?
I think we're long gone.
It might have been on the roof, but
They're going to probably search the area, I imagine.
there's no telling where
Well,
they could have
Glenda.
landed.
We'll go ahead and here you go. I told you I had more. These are the last ones, though. Don't go losing these.
I know. I should have picked them back up, but you must forgive me. I'm just so old, and I forget these things.
That act won't work on me. I know your tricks.
Well, whatever.
That's all, folks. Did you miss me? I'll be back along with the rest of the crew on the next episode of Wooks and Warlocks.
Round and around in the tunnel when it's dark we go, searching through the rubble for what wants to spark like a shout in the night. And the sight of the past, it can fill us with fear all night, though we know the wheel comes back after time. Oh, sweet time. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night. Let no man mute my battle cry. Dark clouds brewing a storm deep in the sky. Words spoken in anger, vibrant like a neon sign in the mind's eye, multiplied by time and time again. It stores with love that we lose when we struggle with what's inside. Just hoping for hope, something to ward off the fright. And the soul will rise from the ashes. We will climb as we shout into the night.